Andy, maybe you want to come up a few meters on the winch.
So at a distance, this reminds me of something that we saw on earlier dives.
Okay, we can get lasers off. And go ahead.
It's something I've seen pretty extensively in this area. This looks like to be a bamboo coral based on the branching, and
yeah, you could see the nodes.
you can see them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Another anemone on this one. Reminiscent of the last one we saw as well.
Going tighter if you got it.
The last individual was pretty damaged.
With complete. Thanks,
even though it was branched, it was evidence of branching. It was not
complete pilots.
in good shape, only tissue covering about half the colony or less.
Okay,
This one
on
looks a little bit healthier. It's got at least one crinoid, one anemone associate.
There we go.
I would say it's probably the same coral, but now we know that they are much bigger. There's a yellow discoloration on the base of the colony, the bottom, I would say, third of it, or maybe 20 centimeters, which is indicative of the S1 clade, if I'm correct. So this would also be in the S1 group.
Okay, let's go ahead and come out video. Can't tell, is that like a landslide feature there on your camera? It's interesting.
I don't know, I can't really tell. I'm getting a harder return though, so maybe there's some rocks over there. Some solid surface.
Saddle over.
Yeah, here's actually a good edge, so.
This might be a steeper feature up
ahead.
Move is complete.
Thanks.
Turning that way as well, if they want to go up that.
Do a little slide action.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely something over there.
Try to get the bottom of it here.
So I would really love to get a better handle on the identification of that. I know it's been collected at least a couple of times in the Anegada Passage, but I don't think we've made a firm ID beyond S1 clade. Possibly in the genus Cladorisis or something closely related to it.
Interesting.
I'll have to see what my depth range was reported for that coral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we could.
These look like landslides.
Yeah,
like
some sort of
one.
maybe talus material, or looks a little bit bigger.
I think I'm going to follow this up, Andy.
Okay.
For a little ways, and then
I'll just stay on here.
Yep.
It's interesting because it.
You got plenty of tether.
It's almost like a debris
out.
chute, but
Yeah.
it's not a depression. It's more of just a pile.
Yeah, you can range down on my sonar nav.
There's 20.
Thank you.
Huh.
Doesn't
like
look
a
like
channel.
much, yeah. It seems
We
to
have
be
It's
some
just going to
rock
lead us right
right
up into a
block here
steeper
debris,
feature.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Ah, these are probably the urchins that Chris Ma was mentioning that go in herds that we saw the other day.
Oh yeah, the red ones, right?
Down
Any interest in looking at the urchins?
could we just do a snap zoom?
Sure. I think I kind of want to just scale up this feature and see how tall it is, and then I'll come back down to him.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming up a few meters in altitude, Andy. Just getting a peek over this thing.
Copy. I'm keeping an eye on it. You're tilted.
Ah, there's a couple.
Oh, sea pens?
Sea pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a great view of the
This is a
terrain
little
on
bit
the
more
Sirius camera
substantial
as
hard
well.
bottom, yeah.
Cool, okay, so looks like there might be some interesting stuff here. So I'll come back down to the urchins and we can make our way up a little closer in.
Okay, thank you.
We can get lasers on. Okay, let's do a partial zoom video.
This carbonate here is much lighter than what we were seeing earlier. There's almost no manganese crust on this, and
Hold that.
it's kind of to be expected. Or much shallower. These look a little bit different.
Yeah.
Going tighter.
Not quite those red urchins, because I remember the spines being white and longer.
And
These
they
are
were more red also.
Yeah, these are very red, and the test of the urchin, the shell is a bit brighter than red.
Yeah, I think this
Hey,
is.
this is Chris Ma.
Hi,
Okay,
Chris.
let's come out.
Hey, so this is something new.
I'll get a closer look. I'm going to set down.
New for the
It's,
Caribbean
full wide.
or
Something called Conolampus.
Canolampus?
Yeah, it's an irregular urchin, and these are the greatest things because, as you can see, believe it or not, they're irregular urchins, even though they look very sort of,
Let's get lasers off.
radially. I mean, sort of equally radially symmetrical. These are things that kind of roll around. I think they're the exact name, halasteroids, but they're cool things that
Okay,
kind of not roll, but they move around on the bottom, and they kind of look like ghosts from Pac-Man.
Hold that.
Or if you think of like those scrubber bubble things from those scrubber bubble commercials from years
Go
ago.
tighter.
Yeah,
Hold that.
I think these are just these weird little irregular urchins that kind of move they leave trails behind them. And like I said, they're kind of shaped like bow. I don't know a lot about them other than they're, I think, sediment feeders. But this is the first time I've seen them alive, which is great. I know they used to be seen more regularly by the Johnson Sea Link people. But yeah, you can sort of see that the spines are a lot shorter and they're more hair-like. So irregular urchins are modified to living in sort of unconsolidated sediments and moving around on sand, and so their long spines, the long spines you see in sea urchins, are shortened into sort of more hair-like structures, and they use these to kind of, and the tube feet are used to help them sort of process sand and to move over sediment and so forth. These are well represented in the fossil record, so seeing them alive is very much like sort of seeing living, quote unquote, living fossils. I know paleontologists hate that word, but this is sort of why we use it sometimes, because you have these things that appear like these stock crinoids, even though they're modern crinoids. They're very ancient looking. So, but Conolampus, I believe the species is Sigsbeii, Sigsbeei. But yeah, no, great observation. I've never seen them alive before, and this consider a Blake eye, just a classic day all around. So
What do you think for direction of movement?
Thank you.
I think Sirius needs to turn to port. To starboard a bit.
Yes. But I'll wait till you start going out there.
That's a really
full
cool
wide
thing
video,
about this
minus the
expedition
skids?
is that a lot of things that you have in the lab that you haven't seen alive, or, you know, like the fish, a lot of these fish, you see them dead when being caught, but you never see them in their natural habitat. And
Yeah.
you get a chance.
And it's important too. It's important
maybe
to
do
collect
15
because
meters.
you know not everyone can come out here and
Yeah.
you know,
Just to give us a little
sample
bit of
and get high definition
explore.
zooms on organisms. So
But I think
this data really does help
maybe a
other
lot they wanna
scientists
zoom in on.
who are doing perhaps surveys with AUVs or autonomous vehicles that image the seafloor
like it
better
lines up pretty
identify the
well at
organisms
75.
that they study.
075.
Correct.
This is a pretty big sea pen.
Yeah, it's almost the same size as the one we collected the other day. This is a good
How many
30,
meters were you
35 centimeters. Not small.
Maybe 10, 15, somewhere in there, something small.
Yeah, I'm okay with 15 even if you like.
Okay. Because remember that we don't just need to go forward, we can kind of meander side to side and explore this feature. So I think we have a lot to see.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe 10 then.
Could we get lasers? Co-pilot?
They didn't come on, did they?
But this definitely does look a little bit similar compared to the
Yeah, this is, I think, larger than 30.
pennatulid we sampled a while back. Interesting, the pennatulid, this actually might be a type of rock pen. I'm not sure how deep the sediment is here, but you can see the peduncle, the bottom of it looks slightly
Okay, video
flattened
coming.
and potentially attached to the rock. Although it shares a lot of shares a lot of characteristics. Yeah, I think this is hard bottom. There's a fish also.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
But yeah, I think this is different from the one that we collected the other day.
Bridge, this is
This
our
is probably more of a rock pen.
Hey, Steve, it's
Yeah, we'd
Scott
like to
Francis.
get a ship move,
Hi,
please.
Scott.
Hi, Scott.
So this is actually a really
15
important
meters, that's
observation
15
because there's some
meters.
question about whether
Bearing
rock pens
075,
are a
speed
separate
decimal 2 knots.
phylogenetic group that have some special adaptation, or they're simply
Good
just
copy.
typical sea pens that normally bury into
go
the bottom
tight
that are
video
living on
and
the
maybe some
surface.
polyps.
And there is only one described rock pen from the North Atlantic, and that was collected in the Caribbean, and it absolutely was not this. It did not have these big fleshy arms. I mean, this is almost assuredly the genus Pennatula, but it's really interesting
A
that
ton
it
of contrast on this one.
appears to be maybe, you know,
Hey, video.
on
let
a
me know if you
rock
wanna try
as
fog
opposed
lights
to
and stuff.
in
Yeah.
the bottom.
So is this a collection candidate then?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. I was going to say this is a collection candidate, or at least is even worth pushing to see, is it actually stuck in the bottom, or is it sitting on the bottom?
Yeah. Can we zoom at the base, pilot,
Yeah.
just to get a better look? Oh, there's a fish there too. Yeah, I would say, this is pretty hard bottom. Are you on the ground, pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard bottom. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to say that this is more of a suction cup-like rather than a burrowing peduncle. So I think this...
So one of the reasons this would make a really valuable collection is it's to find out what species it is. Is it a known species? And if it is it a species that's typically in sediments? Because that's going to go towards this question of, are
Come on,
rock
video.
pens a separate, special, evolved thing, or are they just able to alter their morphology to grow anchored in the mud and on the surface? So yeah, I would totally support a collection here and would request that it be picked up as opposed to cut, because that peduncle will be important.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I'm setting up for it.
So, pilot, did you copy what the shoreside said about getting the whole thing?
Some of it.
Okay.
It's
So,
awfully tall.
yeah, it is tall, right? It should be semi-flexible, like the last one we collected.
Okay.
The important thing here would be to grab the base of it,
Okay.
and it may come off easily.
Yeah,
It
we're
may
in
not.
that move right
I'm guessing, you
What's
know,
that?
Were we in that move?
Yeah, it's just another 5 meters to go.
Perfect. Okay. So
So Watson, you'd say the base is more important than the...
yeah, the
Top.
base is pretty important.
Okay.
Bridge, RV nav.
And it's squishy? Or would you say it has a
it is
rigid
it's
structure?
most likely
Let's go ahead and bring the
squishy
ship to an easy
and
stop here.
flexible, although the rod in the back is going to be
Good. That's
semi-stiff
perfect then.
and
Okay.
maybe a little springy. But you know, the last time we sampled one a few
So that
days
ship
ago,
move
it
is
did flex.
finishing up.
Okay.
So
Right now I'm thinking gently grab it at the
I'm gonna keep
base,
serious
pluck it
monitor on
off,
my
and then kind of stuff
monitor
it and
here.
let it bend in the box.
That seems
I think
what
that'd
worked
be-
last time.
Okay. That'd be ideal.
Thanks, Bridge.
hey,
See if
pilot,
it-
you thinking about putting in the port?
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. Thank you.
Maybe port
So-
side.
In terms of size,
This is
it's
a
probably
great position
closer
for us.
to
Yeah. Thank you.
50 centimeters. Yeah, that's a big one.
Get hydraulics up.
Yeah, that you're ready to go.
Copy that. I think this is a... I don't,
You want me to
think-
take your camera and rotate over to the arm, or you want me to leave it here and you come out?
you can leave the camera there.
Okay.
You can take it though.
I'm gonna take it.
I'll have you move it. Think I can draw out here or not? Maybe.
Yeah, we can go real slow and see if
Alright.
we can get all the way out, because I don't know if we can get all the way.
Okay. Alright.
I'm seeing small. I don't know if that's a burrow or if that's part of where we set down earlier. But, yeah. I think it's still pretty hard, though. I don't think that a sea pen could burrow in this very consolidated sediment.
You could also see like the bases. It's not the edges are not. They don't look buried. So
Yeah. Yeah, it looks just like it's sitting on top.
So this is Grid Force 3. Just want to see what it do here.
You're moving just a little bit. Be advised.
Okay.
Starting to slip down. It looks like
Yeah.
soft sediment. You have a visitor. Let me know if you want me to hit joy lock for you too.
Yeah. Like, just push it into the hill a little bit. Push down a little bit. Alright, see how that holds. Let me know if I move, Andy.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think Sirius is pretty well settled out, Andy, just so you know.
Copy
We're
that.
pretty comfortable here.
Great.
So, I know you just walked through what you want to do, but what's your plan here?
Gently grab at the base. What?
By the way, I don't think you can go out now for sure.
Oh yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I'd float up and then stuff it.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
grab at the base, pluck, and then let
So-
the top of it bend in the back of the box as I
okay.
push
So
it
you're
in.
gonna go for the port box. And
Port,
How are
yeah.
you gonna try to pluck it? Like where are you gonna put it in the fingers and?
not on the cutters, but just outside the cutters,
Okay.
in like a light grip.
Light grip and feather it in.
Yeah.
And then just try to peel it off the rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd hope. What I don't want to happen is to do a light grip and then just like strip everything off.
Right.
Which might happen.
And what angle are you gonna put it in the box in when you
I want my.
go to stow it? So it's important to think about before you. Pick
Yeah. I want negative, like, have my jaws up, if possible. Can move the vehicle to change the geometry a little bit. Because my wrist kind of has to be bound up at this particular angle.
Okay, so you're gonna grab it kind of perpendicular to the jaw.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when you put it in the box, you're gonna flip the jaw over and just go down,
Yeah.
spaghetti it into the box.
Yeah. Can you center up minis there so we'll zoom in on that a little bit? Yeah. Just want to see relative to the cutters where I'm closing it, right?
Video, I think you might want to zoom too on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, video, you can zoom in on Mini Zeus. It's sliding, so I think I'm going to grip.
Yeah. And I don't know what you think. My thought is that you want to grab it a little closer to the base, right?
I think.
So you don't have stock sticking out both ends of the jaws.
Okay. Huh. Seems like it's slipping through my fingers and not coming off of the ground.
So you could maybe rotate your jaw a little bit.
Huh. Try gripping it tighter here.
Fish.
Increasing grip force to maybe get some additional grip on it. Huh.
It's really anchored in there, isn't
I
it?
could try to keep pulling up, but considering that.
Pilot, this is watch lead. We have a suggestion to twist it more.
Okay.
And kind of twirl it in the jaw and see if it pops that way. There you go.
Great.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah, you can come out on camera, zoom out.
Ready for me to follow you over?
Yep.
Okay. Get it lined up.
So what we see there is, in fact, that was buried. So that is not a rock pen.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So you can see how easily you can be fooled into thinking that's a really thin veneer of sediment. That was actually quite deep.
You're
It
free to
looked
come
to
up.
me like there were a good,
And then we'll stow it in the air a little bit.
8 to 10 centimeters, 4 or 5 inches or so.
Yeah, I had a estimation that it would be a little bit more sedimented because when we picked up to adjust for the collection, we left a bit of a toe print with the vehicle that was deeper than I would have expected if it was hard bottom.
Could draw out.
But
ready?
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
seems
so, you know, one of the reasons I got very excited about that and suggested it was, as I just noted in the chat room, the only species of rock pens that have been so far described do not have those fleshy side lobes, which is why that was such a surprising thing to see. But sure enough, when we lifted it up, it turns out, yep, it's not a rock pen. It is deeply buried. So that kind of checks out. But that'll be a really good collection. I don't know what species that is.
yeah, had me fooled for sure.
Vehicles look good.
I know that there's, at least in this area, there have been rock
Sure rest
pens
on
in
the
the
divider.
genus Anthoptilum in this vicinity, but I don't know if they've ever been collected in the Caribbean, so it was worth a shot. So this is a worthwhile collection. Interesting observation for this group of sea pens. We'll have to do some comparison to see how it looks compared to the one we collected. I
Okay,
think
might
the
get trapped in
coloration
there.
is a little bit different.
Yeah.
There. You want to push it down? Or
Yeah, you could
The other
close
one
your
had
jaw.
like more orange.
push.
Yeah, so the sea pen we collected last week had more of a fiery red and orange polyp coloration.
Looking good.
It seemed to be the same color.
Want to try it?
It's not so
Okay.
big
Close it.
as that one.
Yeah, this one is
Okay.
much larger, that's right. Yeah.
Nice work.
But of course, you know, color is one of the more flexible characteristics we see in the deep sea.
Following you around. For
Often
storage.
colonies belonging to the same species can exhibit multiple colorations.
All right.
Are you happy with storage?
Nice job, pilots.
Yep, good job, Levi.
Thanks.
Hydraulics are secure.
Thanks, co-pilot.
Nice work.
So, co-pilot, you're settled out. Got that sharp feature in front of you, but I think you're at a pretty safe distance and should
Oh, that's a
have
hole
enough
on the
tether
left-hand
for D2
side.
to go explore
I
that
thought it
face.
was-
So
It's a
it'll
crevice
keep you here for now.
That
Oh
sounds
yeah,
perfect.
it kind of looks like something blocking the outside.
in the rock. Well, this is getting more dramatic here. The terrain is increased in slope greatly. The majority of this, I would say, is hard bottom coming up. But as we just found out, looks can be deceiving in this type of terrain. There's quite a bit of soft substrate interspersed between the harder rock or on top of the rock.
Very interesting formation in the
Yeah,
topography.
looks like a type of carbonate, but I'm not sure if this would be
Looks kind of like
classified as karstic or what. But it does look like it's eroded, significantly eroded.
there's a little sea star.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. About 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock to the lasers. White
It's small
sea
and
star.
white.
Ooh, I don't know if I see it.
I don't see. I can't
Like
help you.
12 o'clock above
Oh,
the
there, got it,
lasers.
got
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
A lot of burrows,
snap
or
in video.
potential burrows here. I wonder if anyone's home.
Co-pilot, why don't you maybe bring in the lower swing arms a bit, like stow them.
copy that. You want them stowed all the way?
I don't
Or
see
just-
much
You can go
encrusting fauna on the
partial,
rock.
but
No,
just make
there's
sure they're
looks
not
like
this
some
is
way out
small
to the side.
sponges.
It's there now.
Sponges, yeah. This looks like something we've seen before.
Yeah.
Go a little more.
We saw in an earlier dive.
Okay, pilot. I think we've seen
good.
this
All right.
star before. I think we can try and look back through our notes to get an ID on that one.
Keep going up this.
not much else here.
Yeah, looks good.
There's a couple of stylastrids I can
Uppers are
see
still deployed.
kind of on the
pilot,
overhangs. Anemones.
Alright.
Which your lowers are mostly in, a little bit out.
Yep. Watch out for. Looks clear.
Yeah, I don't think it's overhung too
Yeah.
bad.
Just the way the shadow
Yeah.
was, it looked like it at first.
I
Reminds
still
me
do
of
not
like a
have
cave system.
top of
Yeah, it
this
does look
picture.
like a cave where you might have stalagmites.
Mites, yeah.
These burrows are very, very interesting. You can tell something either has lived inside them or maybe is living inside of them because there's all this sediment.
Yeah,
that's-
sediment outside.
Looks like it's been excavated.
Mind if I tilt up for a second here, pilot?
Hey, tilt that.
Sonar's showing the rock face about 20 meters ahead of Sirius.
So it looks like there's something there.
So
or
at
something
your
in the
altitude,
rock.
you're pretty safe.
Not too sure.
Oh, I'm going to say it's a rock.
I think it's a rock.
You want the fog lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick them on. See what we got in there. Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Is
Oh.
this yellow encrusting sponge up there something you've seen?
I haven't for this dive, no.
Okay.
Pilot, can you snap zoom on the yellow? It's like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Looks encrusting.
Video come in partial. Yeah, you can turn lasers
There's
on.
a fish there too.
Just watch your port upper swing arm.
Copy that. Is this what you're looking at, Watch Lead?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, there looks to be a couple different, possibly encrusting. One close to the hole and this yellow encrusting.
Oh, that's, yep.
Saw something white translucent over here. Caught my eye.
Yeah, looks like another sponge.
And on the way out, pilot, I saw a fish to the upper left, but it may have gone. It was moving rather quickly.
All right. Keep an eye out for it.
There is something. Yeah, there's a fish in that hole, actually, but to the left,
Oh, got it.
way deep in the
Yeah,
back.
snap in.
Oh, yeah. Looks like a
a-
roughie,
yeah,
maybe.
That's right. Oh, those might be serpulid worms of some type. You can see the feeding structures on the left-hand side. It looks slightly off color or yellow.
All right. Pilot's clear. Video's clear.
All right. I think that was the fish I saw, pilot, so I
Let
think
me keep the lights on,
alright.
or
This looks like that might be a geodia
why you look at this wall?
we were seeing.
I think
yeah,
so.
something very heavily
Fouled.
covered in spicules and fouled, yeah.
I'll keep working my way up.
It does look pretty similar to what we collected yesterday, just smaller.
Maybe part
Tell
of the
if
rock.
that's rock or mucus, maybe.
Come in partial. I guess this is what
Maybe some old sponge debris? Or mucus.
Huh.
No, mucus.
all right.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Although, can we zoom on just to the north of that?
Yeah.
At those white fans?
Oh, yeah.
No. I can't tell what these are. They look more like stylastrids to me. based on the one that's most at the top of the screen, but they don't look like Crypthelia, which is what we've been seeing. Crypthelia has the round tips, and polyp-shaped structures. So another different stylastrid. I think that's all we're going to get, though, on those
Hey, Dan,
identifications.
Chris
They're very
mentioned,
difficult to
there's a thing
identify
coming in
from
towards the end
photo and video,
for
but
Copilot. Do you guys feel comfortable
Come
with that,
wide
or do
video.
you want to hold off?
see how the dive progresses.
I mean, this wall came
Yeah.
out of nowhere, so I understand if not.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm going to sit here
Stay
with
there.
a
Yeah.
Passing a depth now
That's
of
fine. Yeah, let's do it.
I won't be able
477
to hear you
meters.
actually.
That's fine.
So okay.
On our way up to around 350 meters. Haven't seen any larger fishes other than the conger eel and the queen snapper.
Queen snapper in
Yep.
the beginning.
Now range your sonar down to 10. So you
Don't usually find
actually use it.
at around 3 o'clock pilot. I think I see a grayish looking fan structure still at 3 o'clock, just before the anemones.
Okay.
Coming into the lasers now.
Got it. Come in, video. Pilot nav, comms check.
Loud and clear.
Oh, there we go.
So the first thing you might want to do
Looks
is
like another coral.
haul in on the winch a bit to come up a
It
couple of
looks,
meters.
we saw this one extensively on dive. Did you see it?
What
This
is
burrow.
that? Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
It's got a burrow.
Doesn't
Looks
look like a
like-
fish. Maybe
no,
it's a
looks like a crustacean of some sort.
yeah. Can we
Yeah,
look closer
look
at
closer.
that burrow to the left as well after the coral? I was gonna think it could be maybe a shrimp or possibly even a mantis shrimp.
Yeah, I was thinking mantis shrimp,
Yeah.
but do you get mantis shrimps down this deep?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, occasionally. Based on how it's holding its appendages, I would say mantis shrimp as well. So on the right-hand side, we're looking at what looks to be a Chrysogorgia octocoral.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, Copilot. Right there, you can see down the length of the tether. About 16 meters of delta between the vehicles.
I'm getting closer, video.
And a chirostylid crab on that.
And so
At least-
Sirius
at
and the
least
ship
one
have stopped
chirostylid
moving and they've
crab.
settled
There
out.
might be another
And
one on the inside.
Yeah. See,
Oh.
You'll just need to
no.
bring, you need
Just
to haul
lost
in
it.
on the winch as D2 comes up the cliff face.
He's there.
Try to
Or
maintain
she.
about
It's a
that
very
16
fine
meter
looking
delta.
tube.
Copy that.
Very smooth.
Perfect. Perfectly round.
Right now your camera's at 40
Looks
degrees.
very much like
If
a
you change
mantis
that,
shrimp to me.
Yeah.
Let the pilot know. Like if you change it by more than 20 degrees,
Very
let the
nice.
pilot know.
Copy that.
I think we've seen this particular Chrysogorgia at other sites. Get some imagery, document it.
Come out a little bit. Go full specimen.
There aren't too many species of Chrysogorgia in this vicinity, so it shouldn't be too difficult to identify. But all right, thanks, pilot.
Yeah. Thanks, video. Pilot high beams are still on. Sounds good. They're kind of nice to like look in the crevice. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
The landscape here actually looks quite similar to when you're in Ponce, driving from Ponce to
really?
Peñuelas. Yeah, the cut in the rock looks almost exactly like this, which is pretty cool.
Another beautiful deep sea wall.
Very steep.
Looks like an enemy.
I keep seeing things. I think I'm seeing larger structures than I am, but it's shadows on the...
If I was a fish, I would definitely be at this site. There's enough holes to hide in.
Yeah. I don't know how the foraging is, but I don't see many other invertebrates.
There's a serious wall. All right.
You think there's a fish in there?
I think there's... Maybe not.
Can we do a snap zoom on the left 11 o'clock? Way up in the corner?
Yeah.
I think we've seen it before. I just wanted to confirm.
Snap it video.
Yeah, it looks like the same bamboo S1 clade we've been seeing on this expedition, this dive. Okay, all set there.
All right, video come out.
I did see a cup coral though at the base. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Haven't seen many of those on this dive.
Yeah, I think a little bit of temperature change. Yeah, go back. You can go back in. So.
Today is Wednesday, November 7th. That means that we've now been doing ROV operations for about 7 days. It's hard to believe it's only been a week since our first dive, but it has. It's felt like much longer.
Yeah.
We left the port of San Juan on the 30th, and we'll be returning there on November 20th.
All right. Start working my way up.
Looks like a sea cucumber.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh yeah, way over there.
You can snap it if you want video.
Scaling the wall.
Yeah, it's an unusual place for a sea cucumber.
Rock climbing, sea cucumber.
It's a rock climber. We've seen this species
sometimes. Yeah, that's right.
before.
Right. Yeah, we'll let it go video.
Sometimes you see these sea cucumbers on these walls and you wonder, one, how they got there, and two, what are they eating?
Yeah.
Because there is sediment here, but you would expect there to be more sediment, just down at the bottom of the hill.
All right. I might move Sirius a little closer to D2 in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
075.
Yeah, he's getting out there a little ways.
Yep. 075. Still looks pretty good, according to your sonar, co-pilot.
Shadow of a fish on.
Oh, yeah.
Come in on fish.
Oh, no. Or is
No.
that
Come in.
octopus?
Ah.
Octopus.
You want me to center up on D2 or
Oh.
leave it
Oh,
as
yeah.
is?
Well,
Oh.
you see, if you look at your sonar, you see that you're pretty much faced into the feature.
Gotcha.
Ran and hid pretty
So-
fast.
It's a
Like
very
a shadow
fast.
of a fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just move you
Octopus
forward.
does not want to be.
075.
All right, video.
Shy.
Yeah, does not want to be on camera.
You can move if you want.
Well, now we know what's living in some of these holes. Some fishes,
Very good.
octopus,
Okay.
maybe some mantis shrimp. Although that particular mantis shrimp seemed to make its own burrow.
I'm just going to do 10 meters here to start.
Sounds good.
All right, co-pilot, we're calling in that move now.
We've seen a couple. I mean,
Copy
there's
that.
not a lot of large
Bridge, this is ROV nav.
anything on this wall, but we've seen one
would like a
bamboo
move,
colony
please.
that was
10 meters,
likely very
that's
large.
10 meters,
Doesn't mean large
bearing
things can't grow here, it just seems
075,
that
speed decimal 2 knots.
they're not very abundant.
It's a good copy.
That's extensive.
Yeah. Looks like snow on the
And
mountain.
just to double check nav, how far was that move?
10
That's
meters.
why it's called
10.
marine snow.
Copy.
Yep.
Pilot, to the lower edge of the screen around 5 o'clock. Can we look down there? I thought I saw something brambly looking. To the right-hand side, now 3 o'clock. Even with the lasers, right-hand side.
Oh, okay, I think I see.
Looks like it's extending upwards here.
Yeah. But it might be
Unless
part of,
that
the
part of the rock.
Yeah, I think it's part of the rock.
Wouldn't be the first time we've been fooled on this face.
Yeah, I think it's part of the rock. Or is it? That's
Yeah.
the question.
Okay, it's part of the rock.
Copy that.
We're just hoping there's something to see here, but it's just all rock. Occasionally some encrusting sponges. Yeah, I can see there's like thin,
Yeah,
wispy
thin.
bamboos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really hard to
that's
see.
about it.
Okay, Sirius
Looks a little
is on the move.
smoother here.
Buenas tardes y gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Estamos buceando en un sitio suroeste de Caja de Muertos en Ponce.
A little less steep.
Ahora estamos subiendo un pendiente empinada, pero al final del buceo vamos a llegar a una cuesta y estamos ahora en 451 metros de profundidad.
Yeah, look at that. You might want to look at the boundary of this edge here.
Yeah, I can take a look to port and look to starboard.
Nothing
There's
too
enough,
large here.
yeah, there's enough substrate, but not so many things.
I'm gonna snap on possible subject here. I think I see one coral up here. Oh wait, that's a rock. It had me. Illusion.
Through the last several dives today, I've been surprised on how little
Looks like that ship move is
attached
complete. I might
fauna there
go
is on some of
do
these
another
hard
one here
rock
in a minute.
faces.
Sounds good. Still stretched out a ways.
This looks like the top of this feature. We'll continue up it.
I'm going to call another 10 meters here.
Sounds good.
Copy that.
Bridge, RV nav.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'd like to request another move when you're ready. Another 10 meters, that's 10 meters, bearing 075, speed decimal 2 knots.
Yeah, we were looking at that.
A couple
Good
of
copy.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Pilot,
Yeah.
If you have a chance, there are these like white ball structures.
Yeah,
on
it's a
the,
couple,
do you see?
couple sponges.
Can we do a snap zoom, possibly?
Absolutely. Video, let's snap on lower one here.
Ranging your sonar up to 20 meters, pilot.
Thanks.
There's a couple things there. There's this looks like a sea cucumber.
Yeah, because you could see the intestines.
Yeah.
I don't know what's this below. That looks like, the brown looks like a demo sponge, possibly. But this clear,
I think I would call that a sponge as well.
sponge, yeah.
Video, come out. I'm going to get closer to it. Wait for the ship to move here. I'll get you a closer look at this one in a second. Watch this.
Was this the same one as the one above?
I think so. They look similar.
Yeah, we can go to that one next. It's just above this one now. You can come in.
There's a couple right here, too. Yeah, it looks like a sponge.
It's not a sponge morphology, yeah.
All right. Video, you can come out.
It's not a sponge morphology I've ever seen before.
The white dots in it.
Yeah.
Where's the other one? It's up here. There it is. Go ahead, partial. Grab all three of these at once. They all look similar. Go for the big one.
At first I thought they were kind of plate shaped, but now they look more...
Come in.
They look like honeycombs.
Yeah, they have some three-dimensionality to them, not just 2D.
There's a small yellow sponge. Oh, the crap.
What a great hangout.
Next bridge. Move is complete, pilots.
All right. All right, video. Pilot's clear. Video's clear. Let's see what's up at the top of this.
So I think once we find the high point, which it looks like we might have, we're going to want
Nothing much else up here.
start to turn more toward the north.
We're getting a little bit...
Start moving to waypoint 3, which is going to be roughly bearing
the bathymetry. We expected to
030.
find more of a flat plateau.
And
I
it
think
looks
that's
like
what we
we've
found.
pretty much reached the top here.
This
Try
seems to be
this
the high
that way.
point, but the pilots are going to orient so that we can head or reacquire the slope and head up towards our next...
Still on.
In the vicinity of our next waypoint.
Yeah, I think you can try to turn it
Although
off, see if it makes it
seems
better
like
up here.
We're really close.
It seems like we're
there we go.
close.
Like that. Okay. I like this better. Right? Yeah. What do you think of this direction, Dan?
Yeah. So you want to move it so D2015, so we need to kind of cut Sirius over. So maybe we move Sirius at 030, 30 meters, get you squared up.
You want me to...
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you want to bring your head around. And we'll go ahead and do 30 meters there at 030.
Sounds good to me.
Bridge, RV nav. Like a move, please. 30 meters, that's 30 meters, bearing 030, speed decimal 2 knots.
Ayer estuvimos
Good copy.
afuera de la costa en Yabucoa, Punta Yeguas. Estábamos explorando un pequeño monte de 200 metros en altura. Y vimos muchos animales. Había una diversidad alta en este sitio. Vimos 20 especies de peces y también 19 especies de corales y muchas especies de esponjas y equinodermos. Saludos a todos que están escuchando y mirando en el ecoexploratorio
Careful with the calibration a
Estados
little off
Unidos,
right
en
now.
Puerto Rico,
You want to be real careful hitting
en
those
Santa
buttons. You don't want to
Cruz,
turn off the
Japón
fins.
y Rusia, Alemán. Saludos y Colombia en la conferencia.
We'll get data team to
CFI.
maybe recalibrate that tonight.
All right, so that's the steep sections off to my port there.
Ahora estamos
Kinda riding this
encima
ridge
de la cuesta. Es más plano. Vimos un cartucho cuando
Copilot,
llegamos
if you wanted to bring lower
al
swing arms
fondo
to the
esta
normal position,
mañana
kind of like 45 degrees out from the vehicle.
en
Copy that.
I'll leave the
profundidad
vehicle right here so
de
you can see it nicely too.
539 metros.
Ranging your sonar
Es
out to
un
30 meters.
nuevo
Pilot.
récord
All right,
de profundidad para este
self to
especie.
starboard. That's pretty. Oh, that's. Is it the craft? Yeah. Makes sense.
So we're reaching the top of what seems to be this mound area, so it's more flat. Substrates is more this soft sediment. We can see tracks of animals, so there's something here.
Got a minute. So I'm gonna look at the small black tube.
Yeah, can you snap zoom
Yeah.
on that to see?
Absolutely. Video, let's snap on this guy.
I think it's a dead
Oh, yeah.
seagrass blade
Sitting on the ground.
sitting on the ground.
Tricked me. Is it really small? Oh,
Oh yeah, there's looks like maybe some type of cnidarian. Maybe another anemone.
come in.
Yeah. This looks like the anemones that we saw when we first arrived on the bottom. So this is a cnidarian, and it also has stinging cells. So usually it has these tentacles out, and it's waiting for anything to land on these tentacles. So these are filter feeders or deposit feeders. Thanks, pilot.
Yeah. All right, video. Thanks.
So today we're diving on the southwest of Caja de
like you
Muertos.
got a
It's an
rock in
offshore
front of you,
island
or at least kind of
south
pointed off to the side
of
from where you
Ponce
wanna be, but
in Puerto Rico.
that little
And
guy?
there's been a
Yeah.
lot of research done on the shallow reefs in this region, in Caja de Muertos and around the Ponce region, but really no exploration
interesting
has
stuff
been
in there to
done
look at with the
in the
ships
deeper
moving.
parts like the mesophotic reefs and also these really deep sea habitats. So this is the first of its kind.